Yo, what it do? It's your boy Beebs in the flesh, bringing you another episode of PogoBros. And I couldn't wait to give you guys this video right here. Been thinking about it for a long time, let me tell you. We are finally in the midst of another rocket takeover event, so we can finally TM our frustrations away. Along the way, I got two, not one, but two rank 1 shadow Pokemon. Some of which you're going to see today, and some of which you're going to see another day. But if you're new, or if you've seen me only from my shorts, welcome. This is me. I'm Beebs, and I brought the vibes with me, and I brought the spice. And if you're not new here and you're coming back, I appreciate you, but you know the deal. Kick back and let some magic happen. But anyways, I digress. So, I had some really good shadows that I want to showcase, but I didn't realize that we were going to get Shadow Giratina as well, and I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos on it, but here's what separates this from the other channels, alright? We got Legacy Shadowforce on the Giratina. That's right. Guarantee you haven't seen one of those before, and if you have, let a homie know. But anyways, Giratina, rank 1 Shadow Samurott. Elite TM Hydro Cannon on, we got the buff Fury Cutter on there. And then to round it out, we're going to have a triple shadow video with old reliable cradily in the back. Just doing its thing when the going gets tough. But anyways, without further ado, how are we hopping in those battles? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Really tough lead here. We are triple resisted. We are going straight into the cradily here. And they're staying in, so this is good for us because we can get this Rock Tomb off here. We actually get a shield, which is pretty nice. And now we're going to shield up the potential cross. Yep, there's the cross chop, but they do get to another move here. And we actually let this one through and it takes us out. So we have lost switch advantage and we didn't get shield advantage either. Quite disastrous if you ask me, but we're here for a good time, not a long time. Anyways, we tank this Night Slash and you see these Fury Cutters. We actually farm them down, having a ton of energy going into this Frostlass here, which is fantastic because we resist the powder snows, and we're actually going to go for the full farm down here. And they've got a Greninja in the back, so this energy is going to go a long way here, doing half of their health pretty much. We throw on good timing here. We resist the water shurikens, which is fantastic. We get that final shield. Now we're going to let them throw. Does a Night Slash take us out? Nope. We're shadow, but we're still bulky. That's what Giratina does. We'll let them throw the move here, and we're going to go ahead and get that BM in order here. No bubbles. No bubbles needed. GG's. Oh, you're seeing right now, I'm putting Shadow Force on that. I started out with Shadow Sneak, but just wasn't cutting it. Not cutting it for me personally, not cutting it for this channel, but you know that already. Alright. Bullet Seed, Cradily in the lead. They can go ahead and do a Rock Tomb, doesn't even do half. We're going to bank that energy, so that way we're throwing moves when we're not debuffed. And we're going to shield this up, just because if they do end up staying in this matchup, we want to make sure that we debuff them before taking a move. Such as now. Now they've been debuffed and they go ahead and throw a move, so this is when we don't shield here. And they decide to switch out, but they go into a Talonflame, which is crazy because we had residual energy. Getting that shield right there. And then we're going to go ahead and catch this move here. Even better, they have Flame Charge, so it's not very effective. If it was Flyer or Braper, that would have been a different story, but we're able to spam out these Dragon Claws now. And the thing with Giratina is with Shadow Claw and Dragon Claw combination, you're getting to these so fast, and suddenly we have just overpowered this Talonflame, taking it out, no shields in hand. Game lags a little bit, which was kind of weird. But we got a Samurott ready, just eviscerating their Cradily here. Let's see how much this Hydro Cannon does. Ooh, that is massive. And then we go ahead. We wanted to get the cute catch, but we had residual energy, and so we'll just go for the double super effective Grass Knot. No bubbles needed. GG's. All right. Dugong in the lead here. This is a very tough lead for us, so we're going to have to play this smart. They allow us to throw in good timing here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And they let it through. And then we go ahead and get this catch here. Icy Wind to the face. Don't matter. Not very effective. And they got a Ferrothorn, which is not fantastic, but we're gonna go ahead and shield this up. So we do have a lot of residual energy. We had a lot of energy banked up from the last matchup, so we do a lot of damage with the Mega Horn. And now we're going to start throwing these Hydro Cannons now that they've let the first Big move through. They give us a shield. And we're just playing with our food at this point. Going in for that farm down. They don't let us. They come back in with the dugong, and we make it to the shadow force. And they let it through. Let's go. I love that animation. Just a huge old Giratina flying through. Love it. Anyways, kind of tricky here. Skeletor just not the most ideal thing to see in this end game right here, but we do correctly shield up the shadow ball, so we're gonna throw in a good timing now. Getting this rock tomb off, getting that last shield, and then we go for the catch. Woo! Taking it, and then they come in with the Ferrothorn, and we got greedy. Oh my gosh, yeah, this match was bugging me. It could have been the perfect short. We had all the catches, but I got greedy. I wanted to farm them down and then go for the move, but we could have easily thrown close to the double rock tomb and taken that one. But anyways, GG's. All right, we're gonna clean it up here. They have a Alolan Marowak, and they just took that rock tomb to the face. They throw a Shadow Bone that does not take us out thanks to that debuff, and we know our move counts. This ain't no Shadow Bone. Nope, just a Bone Club. We survive it, farming them down with the resisted acid, and we have double rock tombs ready to go on this Licky Licky if we survive the rollout, and we sure do. Getting the second one off. They sack it completely, and now they got a more Peko in the back, and it's about to be death by 1,000 Fury Cuts. Catching the move on the Giratina. I'm doing about half. That's how much attack this Morpeko has here. We're going to go ahead and spam out this Dragon Claw right now. We get that shield there. And they're going to have to throw an Aura Wheel to take us out. Psychic Fangs won't do it. No, it will not. Getting to that Dragon Claw right there. This should get the last shield. We can switch out now. Just go for that farm down, but they throw a move, and I wanted a 2-shield flex, but I didn't want to ruin another battle as you saw with the last one. So we played it safe. We still got a shield in our pocket. Who cares? GG's. All right. Drapion the lead, not ideal. We're going to safe swap into, oh man, into the Cradily, and they have a hard punish with the Annihilate. But they let it through. Oh my gosh. And they're running a little shadow action too. And we go ahead and farm them down barely. They come in with the Drapion now. I wonder if they have a triple shadow team like us, because that'd be pretty cool. Either way, we do get that debuff, and so now we're looking a lot better here. Problem is, this crunch will still do a lot, but we don't need to shield this. Still does a lot, but we tank it pretty good. Defense falls, of course, because it's us. We get the final shield, and we're actually going to put faith in our Giratina now. And they got a Drifblim in the back. They have a triple shadow team like us, so massive respect. This would have been a good time to have Shadow Sneak, though, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to go ahead for this farm down now that we've been debuffed, and we just too little too late. I mean, we got hard countered throughout. I mean, we almost won in the most improbable game, so GG's to us and GG's to them. Anyways, Cradily in the lead, much better lead to see. We can go ahead and throw this move before we get debuffed, always a welcome thing. Now they're going to go ahead and throw their Rock Tomb. Now we're going to switch out, bank the energy, and look at these Fury Cutters go. We can definitely shield once, and we'll farm them down before they get to the next move. And they're totally fine with that. Look at that. Let's go. All the energy in the world now. We're only once debuffed. This Dusclops is not going to like these Shadow Hydro Cannons thrown on good timing. Second one coming right up. They don't even shield that one. They're in the red. And we got them rank IVs, them rank 1 IVs. If we can tank that, we go in here now, get massive load on energy. They do survive on 1 HP, so we're going to shield this up to preserve the energy here. And they've got a Talonflame in the back, so it's a good thing we did, because they're going to need to throw a move to take us out. I don't think they can get the Incinerate down. We're just that bulky. Second Dragon Claw coming up. Both shields are gone now. And we go and throw right before we get farmed down, just getting them down in the red. At this point they can yeah, let's go. GG's. Love it. And I climbed about 100 elo with this team, and then I already got my next video. I started filming this morning, and I'm gaining another 150 to 200 with that. So the shadows are working. I don't know. Maybe I should do triple shadow more often. Who knows? But anyways, we're going to go ahead and go in this mid-game matchup with a Levani here. How about leave me alone, you grass type? But the cool thing is that we're doing super effective damage with our Fury Cutters. So we'll get a shield here. We're going to go ahead and commit to this farm down. We'll give him that last shield. You can have it. We're going to have all this energy and switch advantage. Look at that. Woo! Them shadow buffed Fury Cutters look good. And rank 1 IVs, we survive on 1 HP. It's going to come into handy later, I imagine. We go ahead and get this rock team off. Very huge to get this off in the Skeletors because they're going to have to shield it up. They were better off letting it through because we're not going to be able to take them out with 1 hit anyways. So, but you know what will? It's Shadow Hydra Cannon. Boom! See ya! Minimal HP, but we got the Dragon Claw ready to go. See ya. GG's. Alright, Macargo and the bleed in the next matchup. Pretty good lead for us. The rock moves will hurt, but they might think that we have ancient power and give us shields early on, as they have just done. So now we'll go ahead and chip. Oh, we get both shields too, so all the better. We're going to go ahead and shield up this move, though. It's going to do a lot of damage. And now we're going to race them to the next move. They switch out, and they have an area dose, so we're going to go ahead and hit them. Oh my gosh, that does a lot of damage. This would be an ambitious farm down. We're just going to let it through in case they lunge or cross poison. That's fine, though, because now we can go ahead and get a really nice farm down here. They don't even make it to another move. Oh, man. You saw what we were trying to do. But we survive. I didn't get, like, the best IVs on my Giratina, but they're good enough. And now we can safely shield this. We don't want to take an overheat. This is fine. Let me go ahead and rock tomb this one and seal it right up. Woo! GG's. Oh, and look at that. With our battle leak reward, we got a Ho-Oh. Pretty good Ho-Oh too. Not like a hundo or anything, but, you know, pretty close to a hundo. Anyways, Machamp in the lead in the next match. It's pretty good. They switch out into an Azumarill. And yeah, I already remember this match. It's kind of a trap because you pair it well against the Azumarill with the Cradily here, doing massive damage with the Grass Knot right there, but the problem is they got that Machamp coming back in, and it's going to eat you full breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a midnight snack. So we're just throwing moves right away. We can survive a cross chop, but they got Dynamic Punch. Yikes. But they come in out with the Greninja here. And yeah, I just played this really dumb because I'm trying to catch a move here for whatever reason, because Night Slash is the right move anyways. And that just gave us less Fury Cutter damage. And it doesn't help that they had boosted right before that. We're trying to get this farm down and we do not get it. And that's going to cost us because they take us out with the Night Slash. And they get to the move on minimal HP. This boosted Night Slash does a lot. And we needed to have a miracle, but it didn't happen. We lost to a Machamp that just threw a rock slide. GG's. So, still getting used to the matchups here, the typings. Like, I've never used a Samurott before this match, so I should have just switched right away, honestly. But we'll get better, don't worry. Oh, boy. Boom! Oh, man. We just shadow force that G-Weezing out of here. Let's go, baby. Woo. Man, we cooked with that Giratina right there. This Marowak is almost done anyways. We're going to shield up these bone clubs because they're going to hurt. And we're going to see if we get a shield here. Nope, yes, on CMP tie as well. But we want to preserve this Samurott. We like having energy on it. Oh my gosh, on minimal HP they survived. That might have been damage registration error, honestly. But anyways, we get that acid farm down. We're gonna have to cook here, guys. Luckily the Dunsparce is not doing any stab damage or super effective damage, so that's the one redeeming quality here. We're gonna debuff right away, getting that shield. Redemption right there. Let's go. Now we're at the next Rock Tomb, debuff numero dos. And now it comes down to whether we survive this drill run double debuffed. We sure do. Going for the grass knot for good measure. Buttons, bubbles optional. Opponents checked out. See ya. Scizor in the lead. Another nightmare. Where's the Scizors that are running Fury Cutter, man? Where are they? I implore you to show yourself. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and they'll presumably nope, they let it through. So yeah, this is looking pretty rough because we have little to no fast move pressure in the back. So pretty much Giratina was our only hope, and we're going to go ahead and shield this up now. They do full send the Trailblaze. We do get the farm down with 1 shield remaining. The Dene coming in. Do they let this through? Nope. There we go. There we go. Getting an acid through as well. It's going to go a long way. And they got a Toad's Cruel. So we're doing neutral damage with the acids here. We don't want to fall into their trap and throw Rock Tomb because that would be resisted. Only thing is that we kind of need 2 moves to take them out, so maybe Rock Tomb and Grass Knot was the way to go. But we got super effective Fury Cutters, and then we got this Hydro Cannon ready to go. Boom! Close to taking out, and we get to the next one before we get Thunder shook down. Let's go! GG's. All right. Wigglytuff in the lead. Disastrous lead. We're going straight into the Samurott, which isn't even that great because they resist our Fury Cutters, and then they have Dedenne, so this is as bad as it could be. We're gonna go ahead and shield this up, and we're gonna go ahead and just Fury Cut away, try to get this farm down here. We're gonna go ahead and get a shield while we're at it. Thank you. Oh, and that might have been registration error right there, but we're full sending on this switch advantage. And they have a Samurott of their own. And they shielded up, so surprisingly they didn't know their Samurott counts. Thinking maybe we got to the Mega Horn, but that's totally fine. We can tank these moves now. And right now I'm just waiting to see when that Wigglytuff comes back in and they get the double resisted catch. That's not ideal, but we're gonna go ahead and just full send the Grass Knot and hope that this takes it out. It does. And so now the Samurott against our last 2 Pokemon. They do get to a move here, which is unfortunate because it does take us out. The question is whether they can get to 2 Hydro Cannons before we can get to this Dragon Claw here. It's going to be close, but we do get there. Against all odds, against the worst lead and counter swap possible, we come out with that dub. Let's go. All right, Diggersby, not an amazing matchup. They double resist our fast moves. We double resist their fast moves, but their Scorching Sands are going to hit a lot harder than our Dragon Claws. So we are now in this Cradily versus Cradily matchup. Dilly. Yeah, that's right. But we're going for that Rock Tomb first. And now we can just let any move go through. Oh, we're actually going to shield it up. We're just going to play it safe here. We're going to go for this Grass Knot here to do a little more damage. They let it through. And we go ahead and snipe them. Let's go. And they have a Blastoise, so this is going to be very, very close. But they decided to throw their energy early, thinking that they, you know, that we would throw right away, so that's fine with us. We don't have to worry about a Skull Bash. And now they're at the point now where we can throw these Hydro Cannons and do some damage or get shields, which I totally welcome. And we're actually going to shield this up because we can farm them down and have energy going into the next Pokemon. So now we have this Hydro Cannon that's going to do a lot of damage to Diggersby if they don't shield it. They smartly go ahead and shield that up, but we are able to get to this Grass Knot before they can get to the Scorching Sands. And now they can go ahead and throw their move here, which is totally fine. They're low enough now where a Dragon Claw will take them out. We'll wait our switch clock though, just in case. Cross our T's and dot our I's, you know the deal. And unless they have Shadow Force of their own, I think we're fine here. Oh, they are not fine. They are anything but fine if you're picking up what I'm putting down. That's right. GG's. All right. We got a Coma O in the lead here. Uh-oh, Coma O. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this Dragon Claw off. Getting them low, trying to snipe them with the acid, but Cloudsire's coming in, and that's not really that amazing of a matchup for them, or us for that matter. So, could be worse though on a counter swap. Not complaining. They do full send the Earthquake, which is fine because they're going to need 2 moves to take us out anyways. And we're going to go ahead and just full send this Grass Knot. They're banking on us throwing a Rock Tomb bait, but we're not worrying about that. They do take us out with the Stone Edge. But this leaves us with some great farm potential here because our Fury Cutters are resisted by their poison typing, but it's going to give us so much energy. They realize that perhaps a little too late because now they come in with the Fortress here and we have such an energy lead, but we're going to go ahead and come in with our Giratina because we do resist the bug bites here and they're low enough to where these Dragon Claws would do some substantial damage, but we'll let them throw. They decided to full send the Rock Tomb, which is good because a Sand Tube would not have cut it. But speaking of cut, we're about to cut them down to size. Oh, we actually go for this move right here. This might have been a CMP tie actually. Taking them out. Minimal HP. What do they got? They got that Clodsire. See ya. And then they got the Coma O. But we got a move ready to go. No bubbles. No bubbles. Let's go. Let's go. GG's. Alright. Next match. Talonflame in the lead. Better believe. They got a Sableye coming in. That is bad. But we're going to go ahead and chip them before we dip. And now we're just chopping away. Cutting them up, cutting them down, cutting them left, cutting them right. That's what we do. Let's go. At this point, we're double shielding. I'm pretty sure we can get them down before. Yep, that's right. That's right. These Shadow Fury Cutters put in crazy amounts of work, and you're about to see it in action here. They come in with the, and they let the Talonflame go. What are they doing? They have a Morpeko in the back. They are insane. Oh my gosh, our Fury Cutters are eating them alive, and then these Hydro Cannons just took their last shield just like that. And now they got Aura Wheel. Oh, they're going to go for the Psychic Fangs and then go for the Aura Wheel, presumably. But we're going to go ahead and throw a move before they do that because, oh my gosh, and they are just delaying the inevitable. They have lost this match, but they are wasting all of our times here. How is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. And then they see the third leg of our Triple Shadow team, just because GG's. Alright. Save swapping the Samurott here because we do not want to be in the matchup with Dunsparce with our Giratina. And now they come in with an Azumarill here. And this is kind of like how the matchup with a Feraligatr and the Azumarill goes. You're doing resisted Hydro Cannons. The Feraligatr, though, your Shadow Claws are neutral. But here the Fury Cutters do so much that it's pretty much the same thing. So we have pretty much neutralized their entire Azumarill. We just have to shield once and we can farm them down. And now we're even footing on shield. Oh my gosh, they got to a second one. So they actually had a lot of energy there. Kind of unfortunate. That usually plays out a little better, but this energy is going to go far, especially if they come back in with their Talonflame. I don't know what they're doing that for, but I'm not complaining. And they'd have to Brave Bird us, and we might survive. Nope, they just go for the fly. They definitely would have taken us out with the Brave Bird. Maybe they're also running Flame Charge, who knows. But anyways, we do take them out with the Rock Tomb. And now we're going to get this Rock Tomb off before they take us out, doing massive damage. And now they've forced them to switch out. They clear the debuff. And now in my mind, I'm wondering whether we can get to the Shadowforce, but the opponent does not let us entertain that intrusive thought. GG's. Alright. Shadow Steelix in the lead here. Got a couple of Shadow Titans going at it. We do CMP tie, I'm not sure, but... Oh! The ever bulky Steelix just got served. My goodness. My, oh my. Anyways, this is not good because all the perfect counters to our team are laying in the back. And we just incorrectly called a Rage Fist bait. It is very, you could call it Rage bait because I'm furious after that one. And now we're in this really bad situation where we have to shield up all the Rage Fists. And they catch this move on their Moltres here. And now it's up to our Samurott. But they're doing massive damage with their Sucker Punches. And then their Flies are spammy as heck. And we could not get the farm down. And that was the win con right there. And they survived on minimal HP. We do get a little bit of a farm down here, but they have a Rage Fist ready to go, and this will take us out. GG's. But we did nuke their Steelix, which was pretty cool if you ask me. So anyways, you can't win them all. Which, by the way, I started out this morning 10-0 between this team comp and then the next video's team comp. So I'm learning pretty quick. So you're going to see some way better battles as we go along. Anyways, we do take out this Shadow Drift Blim. Lots of shadows that we've gone up against, I've noticed. Like, you know, just straight up Shadow Drift Blim, Shadow Primate, you know the deal. I mean, it makes sense because it's Rocket Takeover event, so duh. Anyways, alright. I shielded the potential Poltergeist. I didn't want to get Poltergeisted. Polterghost, I don't know. Anyways, we do throw in good timing here. This will do a lot of damage, but they decide to shield it up wisely. But you get this catch right here, and you're like, they're a Shadow Punch, so what? The point is that we caught a Shadow Punch because they're usually running Ice Punch as well, and we wouldn't be able to tank 2 of them, so that was certainly a huge catch in the grand scheme of things. And they're going to throw a move before farming us down. We do get to this move right here. It's going to be unfortunate because it will give their Dusclops farm, but we do get to this move on a CMP tie, taking out the Dusclops. GG's. Alright. Got a Lantern in the next match. Fantastic lead for us. And they stayed in a little longer than I expected, which is perfect for us because we're going to need all the energy we can muster up against this Dragonair here. They do not have a threatening move, so I do not need to commit a shield here. Probably getting their second shield. Yep. And now I come in with the Cradily here. And we will go ahead and shield up an Aqua Tail if we have to. But they go for the wrap, lowering our defense. So because of that, I overfarmed just a little bit. Just so that way we're not overwhelmed by the next Pokemon that we see. Yeah. So luckily we had energy to go against this Marowak. Oh, and it takes them out entirely. Let's go. Oh, I didn't want to have to use that shield, but that's fine. Gotta do what you gotta do. Massive damage. Just cut him down. GG's. Cradily in the lead. This one is a Bullet Seed variant, so we will see. They decide to let us throw on good timing here. And they shield it up because they want to get this debuff off, which is totally fine. We're just going to go ahead and bank this energy, though. And then, obviously, we're going to shield up this one now before we debuff them. That is if they choose to stay in this matchup. They come in with their Marowak here, and we're full sending the Grass Knot. Nice. Unfortunately, that debuff prevents us from taking them out, but that's totally fine. Now the question is, do we bait or do we full send? And that's the answer. Oh, but they shielded up, so we could have Rock Tomb baited them right there. Totally fine. We have energy on the Giratina, taking them out, and then they've got a Bastiodon. Come on, man. Let's see how much this does, though. For science, does about half. Not bad at all. Not bad. One little Dragon Claw getting them into the red. Then we got our Samurott here, and the Stone Edge will do a lot. But we're rank 1. We're only in the yellow. And we're gonna... Yes, sir. We're not debuffed. And we can go ahead and farm them down before they farm us down. That's how we're built different, alright? Let's go, baby. Get out of here. Get out of here. GG's, though. Skeledirge in the lead. This is where you want to see it. Yeah, we for sure have Shadow Sneak, so you should certainly shield this, bro. Thank you. Haha. And then we get to the next Dragon Claw while throwing on good timing because Giratina is just so spammy like that. They throw in bad timing, which is beautiful. They full send the Shadow Ball, which is beautifuler. And then they got their Dusclops here. And trust me, I wanted to Shadow Force it, but you can't Shadow Force what isn't there. Ha 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 ha. All right, anyways, we get this next Dragon Claw here. Does take them out. Pretty impressive. I know they're Shadow, but still impressive nonetheless. Then they got a Zoomerol here, and I was debating trying to do like an Ice Beam catch, but if they committed to that farm down, we're in trouble. So anyways, we're just going to use some of the energy we've stored up here, get this Hydro Cannon off, buy a Skeledirge, and now it's just us and this big yellow mouse thingy. We get that Hydro Cannon off, and we can get another one off. Oh, we're going for more damage right here. Pretty sure this does more. Nice. Yes, it does. We can tank any one move here. And you can't go back-to-back Ice Beams, so we take them out for the win. GG's. All right. Shadow Jump Bluff. Interesting lead here. This is when having Acid on your Cradily really helps, because that is super effective shadow damage right there, as opposed to double resisted grass bullet seeds, so we'll take it. Massive damage into their Shadow Diggersby. I mean, their Shiny Diggersby. Very cool. They go for the Fire Punch, so we call the bait, even though we weren't even, like, debating it. We're just like, yeah, we can tank a move, whatever. We take them out entirely. Then they got Primeape, so interesting play here. I don't know why they, I guess maybe they misclicked and brought in the Diggersby, I don't know. But anyways, I'm just glad that the Primeape is in the back and we're able to handle this Jump Bluff. They go for the ice, or for the Aerial Ace, and it doesn't take us out because we're so dang bulky getting off this next Dragon Claw. And I wanted to get more energy on the Cradily. You saw me spamming the switch button, but we do take them out, and now they're gonna have to start shielding. So let's lower that attack before they get it right back up as they normally do. That's fine. It's gonna be a tricky end game here, guys. Since we debuff them, we can definitely tank one Rage Fist. They don't go for the close combat. Now we need to start shielding. It's gonna be tricky. Let's go. Throwing on good timing. One Fury Cutter, Hydro Cannon. You know the deal. Boom. There we go. And then we get to the next move before they farm us down. Boom. Let's go, baby. That's right. That's how you turn around a bad lead. Anyways, Malamar in the lead now. This is pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and get some chip on this thing. And then, you know, then we're going to go to Chip City here with the Fury Cutters. So they've pretty much been eliminated now, erased. And so now they come in with their Azumarill. And like I said before, this ain't the worst matchup in the world. We do get a shield, which is kind of crazy because we don't have a move that would do anything more than resisted damage, but I ain't complaining. And we let the play rough through. That would have been great if it was an Ice Beam, but you know, at least they're full sending. It's fine though, because we can come in with Cradily now. And when I said it's fine, I meant it's very tricky right now. We do shield up the Ice Beam. Throw in this Rock Tomb to see what they want to do. They actually shielded, so this is good for us. We can tank any move now. My idea was if they let it through, they would come back in with the Malamar and try to superpower, and then we catch it on the Giratina, but we did have residual energy because they decided to shield up their Azumarill. Not complaining. Ooh, this is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Can we survive? Oh, we get to the move. It is time. Let's go. Into the final match. Little Scarf Flappers action going on. It's fine. We definitely want to... Oh, they went for the Skull Bash, which is crazy because that is resisted. They really want to win this matchup here, but we're going to go ahead and lower that attack before anything crazy happens. You know, that was already crazy, but we're keeping this under wraps here. We do farm them down massively. Coming in now with the Toad Scroll. We're not playing. We're going for that Grass Knot. There we go. Now we can go straight Rock Tomb now that they've let one through. They can't afford to not shield this. There's that shield I wanted, and they're debuffed now. So this is perfect now for our Giratina because we resist their traditional moveset. The only potentially damaging thing they have is Earth Power, but we've debuffed them once. Nope, they got Wrap. Yeah, this is fine. We can farm up as much as our little hearts desire. They go for the Speed Bump. Oh boy. The Dene. Boom! They didn't want the smoke. I understand why. But anyways, those are all the battles. I had a lot of fun with this team, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching. I mean, who doesn't love a Triple Shadow team? Shout out Jamie Finn if you're watching. I know this is right up your alley, and man, it's a lot of fun. You might be seeing me doing this a lot more often, Maybe I'll submit you some battles too, man. I know you do some legendary shout casting, and you know, would love to see that sometime. So definitely we can link up on that. But anyways, if you're new here and enjoyed this and you're this far into the video, you might as well subscribe because you're hooked, and you know, I don't blame you. This is some good stuff here. But anyways, I appreciate all the support, and if you could leave a like, drop a comment, it would really help the channel out. But anyways, just want to give you this little quick battle. It's not quick, it's like 30+ minutes, but anyways, it's good stuff. There's gonna be some more shadow fun in the future, so definitely make sure you subscribe and tune in for that. Without further ado, your boy Beebs is out. Peace. I'm gone.